Distracted.
Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome. Rye is distracted.
YouTube?
Yep, it is going.
Okay.
So you're around here somewhere. Ah, there you are.
Right where you left me.
So I reran the dungeon a couple of times and it got nearly a full.
I won't be doing that for like 6 months at this rate.
This helm is hilarious. I look so spacey. Hello, Orca. Hello, Doodles. Yeah, I've got a couple dragons in my mount list. There. Now I have a baseball cap. But yeah. Just getting into the zone. Rye, if you want to follow me or mount up.
No. No. Not now. Told you I'm distracted. I just...
Still playing with your dad?
Yeah. Sign off, etc.
Well, I did a bunch of sewing today. Started on the quilting for the surcoat. Got it mostly in place. Still need to do the actual quilting part, but I realized after going to Joann's to get more batting. Note, I hate going to Joann's because they don't have customer service. They have customer disservice. I come back, I get all the new battering in place because I realized I'd only had half of it, and that half got compressed because over time things got stacked on it. So I had to buy all new batting and double the amount. Got home and then realized I didn't have enough safety pins to do the job. So I'm going to have to go out tomorrow to get safety pins. Like a doofus. Oh, the joy of sewing. Yeah, most of the news this week has not been fair. IDW's plans for paying artists is not good.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. A full-color comic should not cost $200 to make. What the fuck are they thinking? Pardon my French. The other news today that I heard was that they're going ahead and restarting one of the reactors of 3 Mile Island from Microsoft. Yeah, from Microsoft, so that they can power their AI. And it's like, no, stop. If you need that much power, do we really need that industry? I think the hunt trade's rolling through. Whoa, that was a heck of a lot of unique mounts.
Huh.
Yeah, you can always tell a hunt train rolling through. It's when everyone suddenly appears at the main aetherite and everyone suddenly mounts off and goes tearing off. And it's like, yeah, that's a hunt train. Whoop, whoop. But yeah, after Fukushima, where it was a modern reactor with all the safety systems and they still developed an elephant's foot, I am very much on the do we really need this list for nuclear power?
Now, it's modern in comparison to other things. They're still better. And in many ways, fission is still one of the better things. One thing, no carbon footprint to speak of, until or unless fusion actually happens.
Yeah, the problem is that it doesn't have a carbon footprint, but it produces radioactive waste that we can't get rid of. We can't recycle. If we had a system of shooting it into the sun, I wouldn't have a problem.
The tonnage would be much smaller. It's, in the realm of, this is something we can figure out how to manage.
Yeah, that's what we need. A space system that's pretty much designed to shoot nuclear waste into the sun. Yeah. Because I'm kind of sick of us just kind of polluting everything to the point that we're consuming a credit card's worth of microplastics a week. We can do better. We need to do better. I say as I sit here online in a virtual world.
Yeah, well.
Ah, there they go again! So otherwise, the last couple of days have been, well, the last couple of days. Mostly been sewing and sweating up a storm while sewing. Because for some reason the house is... I don't know what it is about sewing, but it's a freaking workout for me. Yeah, the problem is nuclear waste is freaking heavy, and getting it into orbit is, in any meaningful quantity, is questionable at this time. And I don't care how much we produce, I really don't think the sun's going to have a problem absorbing it.
The sun would have zero trouble absorbing the entire Earth.
Yeah, it wouldn't even blink. Trying to think what's else going on. As far as I know, the talks with the Animation Guild and a lot of the rest of the Hollywood suits are still ongoing. I believe the voice actors and motion capture actors for video games are still on strike. have not heard much of that one way or another. Which usually I do, so we'll see how it goes.
And there's been surprisingly little talk about that.
I know Lionsgate is talking about signing a deal to effectively replace all storyboard artists with AI, and I'm like, that is not a good move. Oh, that's the other thing I've heard, is the main guy in charge of the division of Boeing that stranded two astronauts, he's leaving. Probably with a golden parachute. And Unity has successfully kicked out every single person that originally came from IronSource that was still sitting on the board, and has completely removed the runtime install fee entirely. Unfortunately, so many people are burned, it's going to be a miracle if they get that trust
and
back.
So burned.
Oh, yeah. The only people that are going to benefit from this are the people who were too late in the development cycle that they could switch to a different engine.
One bit of news recent for that I just found out.
Do you want to be in a different class?
Oh, right.
There you go.
Where? Yeah. Humble Bundle currently has the Pathfinder Bundle of the Dead, which, you know, a lot of undead and kind of horror-y stuff. I had not been paying any attention to it.
Mm-hmm.
It turns out one of the things that's in it, actually, as long as you get like the second level or higher, which is, you know, like $15, is one of their big 300-page setting books. By all accounts, it's a very good one, but has had very poor sales. It's, you know, Galarian, their main world, more or less Galarian's version of Southeast Asia.
Ah.
And like I said, from everything I've heard, very well done. And apparently, you know, deserves a lot more attention than it's gotten. So, anyone who's at all curious about picking up a setting book, support Paizo doing, you know, non-European settings. Get this.
Yeah. Yeah, let's say, sorry we kept you waiting. I think it goes without saying, but we're not going to trust her just like that, right? Any way you look at it, a mysterious girl who appears out of nowhere proclaiming herself a queen is suspicious. Creamy hot chocolate.
Yes. Brewed with cocoa powder created from sweet kukuru beans, this warm winter beverage is made all the sweeter with a dollop of whipped cream on top. You can't have hot chocolate without the whipped cream on top, I'm sorry.
Interesting. We just got an entry for the 8th Umbral Calamity, which we avoided.
Huh. Yes. A royal welcome. LSA is inclined to keep a close eye on the Queen.
Well, having established that we should be wary, we could just use more information. So let's head to this place, the outskirts, and see what we can learn. Perhaps about Safine as well.
I would expect Sphene, but they have pronounced it Sphene. Old Hound. Okay, so these are like aggro stations.
Yeah.
I had been wondering about the towers from a distance.
Yep. They are indeed aggro stations. Starting with Wook. Have you ever seen such strange contraptions? I wonder what this one is used for. Now, it's an aggro station. We've seen them before. And
Not this style, but yes.
yeah, we saw them in the Ultima Thule.
Really?
Yeah, from
Okay.
doing the from doing the tribe quest that's there. A most unusual farm, but the produce appears normal enough. A relief to see people are here as well, at least.
The innovations of Alexandria are nothing short of extraordinary.
People? There are people here? I haven't seen a one, Alice, eh?
Those brick buildings. I've seen their like before, though I cannot remember where.
I trust you have similar farm facilities in Toral? Not even close. But they're a lot bigger. They're completely different from ours. I've got no idea what all those machines do. We settled on this approach after some trial and error. The Torali have their own methods of farming, which they wanted to continue employing. Aha! There are Torali still here.
Yep. She implied that earlier.
But the environment makes it challenging. There's too much rain and not enough light. Thankfully, the use of electropes has allowed us to fortify the buildings here, as well as provide what nature cannot. What? Electrope. It's a material we use for myriad devices and applications. A topic for another time, perhaps. If you would follow me, we're nearly to the outskirts.
Now... this is like a piece, like overlaid, of one of the reflections.
Yeah, that's what we're thinking.
Can they get back home? Starting to sound like no.
Hey, hey,
They
hey!
have a lot of infrastructure.
Look at who we have here. Oh, you interested in our farmland? I'll tell you anything you want to know.
Tell me about yourself.
Oh, you want to know about me? There's not much to tell, but I'm Yupolokina. I've always had a fondness for growing things and have gotten quite good at cooking various types of produce. I can also tell how fresh vegetables I can also tell how fresh vegetables are just by looking at them.
What kind of place is this?
This is Yapui's Hollow, an important part of life here on the outskirts. I work alongside Shalaki, who runs the place, and we cultivate a variety of vegetables here. With the help of our electrope technology, we make the most of what the land has to offer and support those who call this place home. They also grow produce inside Everkeep, but it's not the same as the plants originally from Tirali. This farmland is mainly used for cultivating Tirali vegetables using traditional methods. That does not look like traditional methods to me.
And, these Runics really have seen things.
Yes, they have. I mean, look at this face!
Yeah. And considering where he is, I don't blame him.
Ashua? Honestly, I couldn't ask for a better job. Fresh air, I get to spend most of my day with these darling Roniks.
Hi, Urza.
This place has apparently gone to the birds.
Yes. Dodos, no less.
Kipiwi? Our livestock isn't bothered at all by the lightning. On the other hand, people from Everkeep tend to be terrified by even the slightest rumblings of thunder. That's an interesting
think
note.
after a lifetime of this, you think they might be a little used to it.
Yeah, whatever reflection they come from, it's definitely lightning based. Or lightning aether infused.
Yeah.
Probably due to Asian meddling. Can't say Asian without saying
Asian without ass.
Yeah, I think that headpiece is traditional for all of the locals. It's a relief to see these people here are well. Hopefully the same can be said for everyone in Yasalani.
That'd be nice.
It's a rather lively settlement, isn't it? In defiance of the ceaseless gloom, almost.
It's fascinating how they've combined traditional bricklaying with an electrope-based engineering. Curious blending of two cultures.
I'll admit, I've seen nothing in particularly suspicious. Yet.
This is a Tonawatan village, or at least it was, before the dome and these strange contraptions.
Here we are. Though you'll doubtless find much of what you see in Alexandria strange, the traditional agriculture practiced in this village at least should be familiar.
Familiar, yeah. That's a word.
Queen's Fiend? What business brings her here, I wonder?
The Queen has come!
Someone's popular. You'd think only the adventure combat types would have the headpieces.
You look well, Paquine.
Well, it looks like everyone has them.
Yeah.
And Katonye, I see you've already taken to your new position.
When she introduced herself as queen, I was expecting someone colder. Honestly, she reminds me of you, Namachi. Me?
It's only natural for a ruler to love her people.
Yeah, everyone
No,
except
no, it's
Sphene.
not. I'm sorry, Sphene. You are living in a fantasy.
And I should like to know them as best I can, even the most trifling details.
The more you come to know them, the more you grow to love them. Who they are and what they've built.
That's it. Beautifully put.
Yeah, Sphene is the only one without the headpiece.
Yeah.
And it would appear that she is well loved in turn.
Your Majesty, you honor us with your presence. And who are these fine people?
Tuliolol's vow of resolve Wuk-Lamat and her companions. They come from beyond the barrier, but you needn't worry. They are good people and are to be treated as my honored guests.
The rumors of a link to the outside are true, then.
Boy.
Wuk-Lamat is still so young. Where are my manners? I am Papone, a leader of sorts of the people living out here.
Papone? That is a Tonawautan ring to it.
Right you are. I take it you hail from this region as well? Teshpiani, perhaps?
Yes, I do. I don't suppose you know a woman by the name of Kavkiwa?
Kavkiwa? I'm afraid I'm not sure if I've ever met someone with that name.
Oh. Mother isn't here. But it's a relief to know at least some of the people of Yasulani are alive and well.
Your mother, you say?
Oh dear.
Now that you mention it, I do see the resemblance.
Oh dear.
You know my mother?
Okay, present
I
tense.
do. Yes.
Then tell me, please, where is she?
I cannot say. Not here, but I promise I will in due time.
Notice she glanced towards the sentry.
I have a question, Pepone. Do you recall what happened the day the dome first appeared?
The barrier? Well, I remember fixing a shelf that had collapsed after a terrible earthquake. Then the ground began to tremble. There was a brilliant flash of light, and then... Forgive me, my recollection of it all is rather poor.
You needn't push yourself, Papone. After 30 years, no one could blame you for not remembering.
We finally have a date drop.
Yeah.
30 years? As in 30 years in the past?
Absurd though it may sound, there is no doubt in my mind the events that led to the joining of our lands occurred 30 years ago. Which is not to say I understand why our perceptions of the intervening time are so radically different. We only just became aware of the discrepancy when Zoraljar's military base was completed, and we were at last able to venture beyond the barrier.
Right.
I believed you
wondering
long
about that
dead.
line.
To have the chance to kill you myself is an unforeseen blessing.
"30 years. Little wonder Zoralja assumed our father had already passed away.
It's not unlike how time passes differently in the First and the Source. The fluctuating space of the rift between them disrupting temporal equivalence. Perhaps the same holds true here, and time flowed faster within the dome.
They haven't said specifically, but our time was measured in a matter of days.
Yeah.
Even if it was a full month, that's 365 times. Or, no, that'd be for days. 12 times time compression. This is probably closer to 20.
Do you suppose time is still passing faster here? I know between the Source and the First, they've kind of equaled out at the moment.
I was able to make contact with Y'shtola not long ago via link pearl, so that shouldn't be cause for concern.
Right. And a times 20 times compression would keep the link pearl.
And based on the Queen's account, this encampment may have come to serve as a physical bridge between the two planes, after which the dome was forced into the Source's temporal flow.
If we're to be certain of anything, we need more information.
Agreed, Alice.
Sphene, would it be all right if we had a look around and spoke with the townspeople? By all means. Time to see what we can see of Alexandria, then.
She's amazingly.
Also means Luke Lamott's nursemaid might have just passed.
And its people. I may yet find familiar faces among the survivors from Yasulan.
Darrenville's mother.
Even if I don't understand the half of it, I would learn more of this place before we confront Zoralja.
Agreed, Wook.
Perhaps you'd care to see how we make our living. Though we have always prided ourselves on the use of traditional Tonawatan farming methods, the use of electro-fueled technologies has led to countless agricultural innovations.
I would join you as well.
Ma'am, please, you needn't trouble yourself.
It's no trouble at all, and I promise not to cause any manner of distraction.
Reassuring words, or they would be had I not heard them countless times before. Very well, but do be careful.
Oh dear, she has a history.
Of course. I shall proceed with the utmost care. Now then, if you two would follow me, we can begin the tour.
As for Aaronville's mom, remember,
I can't say that I trust her yet.
True.
But I trust that her affection for these people is genuine.
Her people are the longest lived of all the Eorzean races.
Right.
Yeah, if I remember right, they can live up to about 500 years, where Elizin only get about 200. If memory is serving me correctly.
Yeah. I still want to know, how old is Sphene?
Good question. Though Sphene might just be a reflection of Wook.
Uh-huh.
Touring farmlands with the queen of another nation is not how I expected to spend my days. Just like Danklander was a reflection of us.
Mm-hmm.
Electrope has done much to improve the efficiency of the farming, but hasn't replaced everything. The people wanted to preserve their old ways of life, and we did not want to force ours upon them. You went to such lengths so that our cultures could coexist, even going so far as to learning our tongue. I'm sure everyone appreciates that. Communication was thankfully not an issue, for the Trolley tongue is surprisingly similar to Alexandrian. Of course, there are words and phrases for which there are no equivalent, but those can be taught with minimal effort. Though mutual respect, understanding, and patience, we Alexandrians and Trolley have learned a great deal from one another. I am sure that there is much you wish to learn as well, so please, if you have questions, don't hesitate to ask. Touring farmland. Same as before, sorry.
A day in the life. Sven is eager to show you around.
Rather than boring you with lengthy explanations, let's head back to the farm we passed earlier. Yilby's Hollow, it is called. We can speak with one of the farmers when we arrive. Yeah, you do that. We're going to take a slight detour. Yes, we're off to Yilby's Hollow.
Halo, I think. Halo. Ah, yes, touchy time.
Touchy. And talk with the gemstone trader while we're here.
The forecast terminal.
Yes! They actually did a complete redesign of the weather station.
Now have access. Gomphetherium skin and X-beak wings. Welcome to the outskirts. You don't have much to offer, but make yourself at home.
Tell me about yourself.
The name's Wiohake, and I've lived in the Asulani since before that whole hullabaloo all those years ago. I make my way living livestock, but I hurt my back while carrying a bag of feed. These days, I spend more time looking after myself than the animals.
What kind of place is this?
Well, as the name implies, the outskirts is just what we call the land outside of Everkeep. I suppose we only started calling it that after the dome appeared. It's home to folks who just want to live off the land. Folks like me. Having said that, things sure have changed over the years. Now we got all kinds of new technology, for better or worse.
Oh wait, we got a Taco Bell over here.
Yeah, there's a few scattered around. Sorry, I'm a little busy. I must organize these resources before they can be traded in Everkeep.
Dorian?
Even if it's for research purposes, I simply cannot stand being out here. All the lightning and whatnot, only a fool would choose to live in a place like this.
Ah, he must be from the center.
Of course, if it's a lightning aspected reflection, you think there'd be enough lightning for them to be used to it instead of it being like a completely foreign thing. What's the opposite of lightning on the 6-point wheel?
I don't remember.
I wonder if their world is really aspected to that, and they're having problems with the fact that, comparatively speaking, there's lots of lightning aether in Eorzea.
do you suppose they keep inside this building? Here we are. I'm sure you'll learn a great deal from the workers here. Allow me to introduce you to Wasa, one of our most experienced farmhands in all of Alexandria. She's well versed in the myriad farming techniques. Indeed, the wealth of knowledge she has shared with the other farmers is what has allowed this place to flourish. Queenspin. What do I owe the sudden show of praise? My apologies for the interruption. I am come with guests from beyond the barrier. They wish to learn more about Alexandria, so I have invited them to see how our crops are grown. I do hope it's all right. So the rumors of visitors from the outside were true. What manner of hosts would we be to deny them a look around? And I gather your majesty is also intent on checking on things here? You know me too well, Mahusa. I thought to seize this opportunity to see how the farmers fare, and perhaps pepper them with a few questions, though I do so enjoy observing and taking part in their work too.
Taking part in their work, that does not show.
It would appear we have her permission, so please walk around the grounds to your heart's content. You go on ahead. I'll keep Sphene company. Don't misunderstand. I'm not the suspicious type. But given our position, it wouldn't make sense for us to go around together, wouldn't it? A fair point. But be sure not to let me out of your sight. I shall remain under Wuklamat's careful eye. Pray come find us after you've seen your fill and spoken with the other farmhands.
Mahusa? Not that she's saying much.
My duties here are quite varied despite being merely a farmer. We all have to do our part if we are to prosper.
So the opposite of lightning is ice.
That would make sense.
Yeah, the pairs are lightning and ice, fire and water, earth and wind. Certainly few signs that the place would have had much in the way of ice attuning, so maybe I'm wrong. Light levels appear to be fine. As for the power source... You wish to know about my job? I tend to the fields mostly, watering the crops, keeping the soil fertile, so on. It admittedly took some time until I fully understood how to best carry out my duties. I also manage the lamps we use in the fields. We do our best to keep everything up to code, but should they ever start to malfunction, it's up to me to fix them. The land and sky being what they are, ensuring a rich harvest makes for constant work. But honestly, I enjoy how involved the process is. Both my parents being Alexandrian, I didn't grow up knowing much of anything about farming. Every day is an opportunity to learn and grow. So, how do you get food on this reflection of yours?
Good question. Unique?
Huh, an unfamiliar face. I gather this is your first time on site, though. Well, this here's the storehouse, or rather, the entrance. The real storehouse is underground, much more spacious, and equipped with a temperature regulation system to keep the harvest from spoiling. Since the entrance is so small, it's much easier to prevent wild beasts from wandering inside, which also makes it a viable facility for breeding and raising livestock. We've even got a few beds down there for emergencies. My parents often complain about how Alexandrian technology and electro complicate our lives, but it's just a matter of learning how things work. Take my job, for instance. I'm presently overseeing the storage of harvested crops. They'll be taken up to the tower for processing, and from there find their way to every dining table in Alexandria. The work is hard, I'll not deny, but I take great satisfaction in what we do.
Capuy? Oh, they're saying that you and your visitors are from beyond the barrier. Is that true?
Yep. Oh yeah.
So it is, which means we're all connected to the outside world again. Not that I have any desire to leave.
Outside world.
Not that I have any desire to leave, mind you. I'm quite content with my life here in Alexandria. But setting that aside, you're here to observe our work, right? As you can see, I'm in charge of livestock. Here in Yapes Halo, we produce not only fruits and vegetables, but also meat, poultry, and eggs. Tending the animals is an absolute joy, but I have to be careful not to grow attached. It's always a little sad when they're shipped off, but a job's a job. Well,
don't name them.
Or if you do, name them things like Lunchbox.
Yeah.
Or Colonel Sanders. Or... Well, I need to get back to it. Well, it was nice talking to you. Please give my regards to the Queen. Yeah, I found that tree in the middle of town kind of interesting.
You know, this road kind of has the feel of a dry riverbed.
Yes, it does.
Since they don't seem to be getting rain from the outside.
Squash.
Yep.
It's a shame Koana's not here to see all these bizarre contraptions.
Indeed.
I see. Don't be too hard on yourself. Anyone would have been hard-pressed to deal with such a thing. Oh, welcome back. My apologies for failing to notice your return. I gather you've had your fill of speaking with the farmers? Then let us return to Mahuwasa.
Okay.
Well, what are your impressions of the farm?
I was amazed that everyone loves their work.
Yeah.
Now, they may just have a big enough pile of people to pick people who want it out from, but...
A curious observation. Do you not love your own work? Oh, but I jest. It's true that the people on the outskirts seemed the most fulfilled. Anyway, they take their duties with good cheer. And what do you think of our little tour, Lamati? Wait. What did you call me? Was that inappropriate? My apologies. I heard Heather call you that name and I thought...
Alice at the least.
Yeah, Alice has officially just started calling her that. Just full time. No, it's fine. As you said before, there's no need for titles or formalities. As for my thoughts, I was very impressed. That machine could be used to overcome such harsh environment is amazing. I've never seen anything like it. The feeling is understandable. Indeed, many still find the machinery behind me baffling. It's a system that controls the distribution of water to the fields and livestock. It's been acting up lately, though.
That's not good.
Acting up, you say? You needn't worry, my queen. It happens fairly often. Simply put, it's taken in the water that has a strong lightning charge. We think some creatures have been charged up with that energy, and they're releasing it into the river we use as a source. The system would return to normal if the creatures are dealt with, but I'm reluctant to go beg it of the army. We could take care of it if you'd like.
Here we go.
It's what we do. That is most gracious of you to offer, but it's much too dangerous. No, it's not. Oh, it's no trouble for the vow of resolve of Tuliolal. Regardless of how the relationship between our nations may develop, if there are people in need, I want to help. Simple as that. And Theron and Rylea are even stronger than I am. It shouldn't take us long at all. Very well then, I gratefully accept. But please take all care. This ought to go even faster if you and I search for lightning charges fiends on our own. Good hunting!
Wook found something physical and vital to do.
She's most busy with, at work. And we don't have to go far. I see our destination.
And actual standing water. Thunder Spirit.
That's one down. Now we need to find number 2. 2. And this bridge is blocking us.
Don't fly under the bridge.
You'd think my little Elysian butt would be skinny enough to squeeze through there, but no.
No, it's definitely a do not fly under the bridge situation.
Ah!
I know. You and several pilots.
It's not like I'm a Rogaden or something. Okay.
You're glowing with ceruleum again.
Yes, I am.
If you don't mind, I'm gonna stand a little ways away in case you catch fire.
I am fire! There we go. Wow, you really are strong.
To living.
Didn't even get a full rotation off. You're both alright. Thank goodness. You really needn't have worried so much. We barely even broke a sweat dealing with those fiends. They're all gone now. Of course I was worried. You're my dear guests. But thank you. I truly appreciate this. Indeed. With this, we won't have to ask Zoral Jaw's machines for help. He's been making a concerted effort to bolster his forces, sparing but a fraction for the people's protection. He thinks nothing of our safety, unlike Queen Sphene. That's enough, Mahuas. If you have grievances, I will hear them later. But to speak of the king now... No, she's right. He's never been one to look after his people.
Yeah.
Anyway, thanks for letting us tour the farm. The folk here are delightful, and it was a pleasure to meet them. You couldn't have favored us with the more uplifting words. My people are pride and joy. And you never fail to let us know, nor how much you care. Of course, you're my precious family, all of you. You seem the good sort, Sphene. I'll admit that. But you'll forgive me if I'm not ready to lower my guard for an enemy queen just yet. For you to be called that, I dread to imagine what villainy your majesty has committed. Come now, this is no laughing matter. A ruler is responsible for the welfare of countless lives, and one wrong decision can lead to untold suffering. Failure is unconscionable. Now, I believe we're done with the farm. Let's move on, shall we?
Tart, Turali, tart. The crispy golden crust is packed with an assortment of popular Turali fruits.
Ding! Enhanced faint.
Oh, very good.
Wook? Zoral Jaw, you bastard.
Yep.
She's saying that, but she knows who the bastard father is, and it's like, I think bastard has lost its meaning. My apologies for laughing earlier. Her friends painted an image so far removed from the Sphene we know, I couldn't help myself.
You okay?
The question is do we leave here or do we press on a little?
I'm fine. Press on.
Okay.
I'm still full of tea. On the cloud, Sphene would take you back to the outskirts.
Perhaps we should head back to the outskirts. I dare say your friends will also have returned by now. My thanks again for dealing with the fiends. Come and visit us anytime. Like everyone, I have the utmost admiration and respect for Queen Sphene. It's a little embarrassing to say such things to her in person, though.
Oh, right. I've not quite made the connection. Okay. So where's the main place we know of in Alexandria from?
That would be 9.
Yes. So, can you think of any relations on Sphene? Or Sphene?
Sphene or Sphene is a gem.
Right. And who was one of the main characters in 9?
All I can remember is Dagger, so...
Which was, of course, an alias.
Yeah.
Her real name was Garnet.
True. By the way, we have side quests.
Probably time to be distracted by those.
There's so much of Alexandria I would love to show you. Well, keep in mind, every time she's shown up, they've used a modified version of 7's theme. For
9's.
Or, 9's for, Dagger.
I think they've used a couple of different themes, but yeah.
Hers is the most recognizable.
Side questing. Yeah. I think they've actually used Alexandria's theme. You know, the location. But I would have to...
Hello, Mr. Enthusiast.
Listen to the 9 soundtrack a bit more. The Miracle of the Electrope. The Electrope enthusiast is scrutinizing the machinery.
Hello, Live
So
Suing.
much electricity, it is a trope.
We're going a little late tonight because Rye is full of tea. This one's you.
Well, if it isn't Her Majesty's special guests, did our electric capacitors catch your eye? Machines here run on electrope, so the capacitor serves as a battery, storing the lightning energy as it rolls in from all the pylons we've erected. If you're interested, I'd be happy to show you around and tell you more about our system.
I guess we're doing
what this place is like, I'm a little surprised we aren't getting like the Thunder Plains theme.
Well, they kind of used that for Beardless Ramu.
I know, but well, if they use the background, I don't think they ever really use the theme. Piqued your curiosity, eh? First, let's head downstairs to see the power converter. And he's following us. Because of course he's following us.
Good catch,
It's
Orca.
great to see full...
I didn't see that, we had a spammer.
Oh.
But was kind of back there, so...
It's great to see folks taking an interest in Electrope. Any excuse to talk about it is always welcome. My goodness, we're getting light.
And we have a talking thing down below.
Yeah, I figured it should be. Ooh, over here.
Well, the bubble's over here.
Okay, yeah. I was thinking we had 2.
Though we can't get to it easily from here because he won't jump. So I guess we do this.
Yes, he will.
What? He actually jumped?
He's at least on the wall.
Yeah, he jumped. Wow.
He's more nimble than most. What about the cubicle building? That's our food storage facility. By converting lightning energy to ice, You're trading from one end of the circle to the other? We've created a refrigeration system that can prevent spoilage. It's a godsend, I'll tell you that. These parts get a lot of rain and humidity, so if we didn't have refrigeration, we'd have a massive mold problem on our hands. Not quite as bad as the other night, but yeah.
Yeah, the other night was crazy. Oh my god. Oh, we haven't spoken to you yet.
Somebody discovered how to script Kitty. I don't recommend you go strolling around outside. If the lightning doesn't get you, the beast will. As long as the lightning doesn't get us, we'll be fine.
And at this point, we've got so much power built up that lightning's not really a problem anymore.
One hopes.
Our Aether is strong. Our Aether is strong?
Yes. After lightning energy is absorbed in the electric capacitor, it's transmitted to this power converter. Its function is to stabilize and distribute appropriate levels of energy to each household and facility. You look lost. Are you more of a visual learner? Let's pay a visit to the partitioned water tank on the north side of town. We're gonna go all over for this. Explains why that talking circle is there.
Yeah, these trees.
Oh, right. Yeah, these things. Yeah. Not a native Eorzean species. Even more psychedelic than the old Narnia cover trees. So, after lightning energy is allocated to the residential grid, it's utilized in a variety of ways, one of which is that tank there. Normally, it's a receptacle for filtering rainwater. By using an electrode to convert the lightning energy to fire, however, we can have hot water readily available at any time. Amazing, isn't it? Let's go and have a look at the control tower just up the stairs. This is implying that they're capable of converting lightning aether to any type of aether.
Yeah. Of course, if that's true, then the reverse is also true. They can turn any aether into lightning aether.
Yes. They just don't have a need to here, at least.
But it also implies that they are indeed from a lightning-heavy world because they're having to convert.
Yeah. Certainly this place is lightning heavy. These panels enable us to freely adjust each of the public utilities individually. The utility manager monitors the operational status of each facility, keeping an eye out for any problems. Not a glamorous job, but it's important work. Well, I think that about covers it. Let's loop back around to the electric capacitor, shall we? I still kind of wonder why everybody has one of those headpieces.
Yeah.
Except Sphene. Of course, the interesting thing, realizing that, yeah, Sphene is indeed what I'm used to calling Sphene. I know that name.
Mm-hmm.
That's Izamine's Island.
Yep. Boom!
So, you do. Hopefully I've answered all your most burning questions. Believe it or not, I'm not actually an engineer, just an apprentice. I was inspecting the capacitor when you arrived. Thanks for letting me ramble, though. There's a great opportunity to brush up on my studies. No problem.
If anything, it gave us more of a clue of what we're dealing with here.
Oh, yes. Now, do you know where I got Svinny from?
The fact that it was a gemstone, but beyond that...
Yeah, because, of course, it's the Jewel Islands and all of that, so I was looking for lesser ones. I went through Gygax's list of gemstones in the first edition DMG.
You are such a nerd.
Well, where else would you find, an easy list of gemstones in the late 80s? Walk away. Here. Uraushe has a spray bottle with your name on it. Hey, point that elsewhere.
Hey, I know you two. You toured the farms with Her Majesty, right? How about something a little more hands-on? I've been assigned the role of cleaner, and one of my duties is to periodically apply application of insecticide. Here, I've marked a few areas that need treatment on your map. Take this extra strength debugifier and give them a good liberal coating. Let me know when you're done, okay? Each one of those areas needs thorough spraying to keep those creepy crawlies out. Excuse me. Return of pizza and tea. Let me know when you're done.
Revenge of the pizza?
It was good, but it got a little burny towards the end.
So you said.
Aha!
Extra strength debugifier. This industrial-grade repelling insecticide has been proven to work on every six-legged abomination under the sun.
That's a lot. And generally when it kills that when it kills that large of a group, it'll kill other things too.
Yeah. But this is why we're in a fantasy world.
Oh, are you on break too? We were just talking about the Halo. For years, no one was officially in charge of the place, but recently, someone raised in the outskirts was given the position. Personally, I'm all for it.
Okay. Ah.
Yeah, that tree is very unique.
Mm-hmm.
Do we want to pick up this quest while we're here?
Sure.
Ooh, we got a full interior.
Mm-hmm.
Paquinwa? Or Paquinwi?
Paquina. Something like that.
Paquina? Okay, Paquina. We'll go with Paquina.
Natural selection. Paquina has a produce picking problem.
I'm not sure what you two are doing here, but I certainly won't look a gift Ronique in the mouth. Could you go and fetch me some vegetables? I should probably explain. I'm trying to plan out my dinner tonight, but for the life of me, I can't decide what to make. It won't be much trouble, I promise you. So go to Yapina's Halo, and speak with Champigny. He's bound to have a few seasonal offerings.
Ooh, seasonal.
I got this image the other night.
Uh-oh.
Of you and me, Theron and Rylea, sitting down over this giant banquet table, just brimming with meat.
Sure.
And you're like, this looks great. We're eating well. What caused all this? And I just kind of look at you flatly. Well, with how many names we've butchered. Because we have butchered a lot this playthrough.
Down below.
So it is.
Now I'm craving Arby's.
Welcome back. Thank you two for handling that all, by the way. It will be some time before we need to worry about the Ulug sightings.
Uglop.
Oh, really? As cleaners, we're responsible for sanitation, waste disposal, recycling, even land maintenance. All in the name of keeping our homes free of bacteria. And unlike the entirety artificial Everkeep, we get a lot of bugs here in the outskirts. Trust me, they move right in if we let them. Uglops are particularly the worst offenders. They spread disease through their germs they carry, so extermination is non-negotiable. Problem is, they're genetically predisposed to withstand whatever the harshest of environments, which makes them really tough to kill. Personally, I find them kinda cute, but as a cleaner, we have a job to do. We'll never be able to eradicate them completely on account of their propensity to breed, but thanks to your hard work, we've a few more moons before we need to worry about them again. Here, for a job well done. Until they... I don't know... the hardy ones breed resistance to whatever you've got going?
Now, did you catch the reference?
No.
Okay. The title was Walk Away. Do you remember that word/sound?
No.
Okay. Said in FF9 had been turned into an oglop and was constantly making guac sounds.
Oh god. I had forgotten that. But then again, I've forgotten a lot. It's been how many years since I've played that game?
Too many.
And there is persistent rumors that a remake of it is coming.
Yeah, there is an HD version on Steam. But yeah, there's been starting to be rumors that they might do a full, which it could use. Even the HD does not help that much on some of the textures.
Ship a meaning?
Aren't you the guest who is touring the farm with Queen's Fane? Is there something I can do to something I can assist you with? Ah, so Paquina sent you to get produce. You'll certainly find no shortage of that here. This time of year, we have glass gem coin, trolley pumpkins, and sweet popotos. Take your pick. I'm going to continue avoiding things like pumpkin spice before October. Let's try the question point.
Yeah.
Plump kernels of corn peek out from within the dried husks. Corn is a highly versatile vegetable. I'll bag it up for you. Here.
Yeah, I did not catch the live letter.
It has come and gone already?
At least according to Orca.
Oh dear.
Usually it's on like a Thursday or Friday morning. But I have not seen anything or heard any rumblings. But it was apparently at PAX, so... Doodle says the corn servant would be pleased with our choice.
Yes. We started scrambling to do things because the live letter is coming up when he knows the patch is coming up after the live letter. Live letter part 1 will be the 28th for Gamescom. That sounds more like it.
Yeah, that sounds
we have
about right.
3 weeks to get through everything.
Well, we don't have to get through everything, but you know 7.1's going to drop 2 weeks after live letter. And thanks for the heads up, Clink.
Yes, very hopeful. And welcome to the viewing crowd. The talking viewing crowd. Typing viewing crowd?
Something like that. Yeah, I've been kind of bad this expansion on keeping on the live letters, but then again, I'm also trying to cut back a little on my playtime so I can get like real world work done. I'm
like your brother's costume.
It's coming along. I'm closer.
Yes, it is.
Welcome back. Did you pick out something tasty? Yeah, have some corn.
They're not carrots of happiness, but they should do. Your selected vegetable has been lovingly swaddled in this burlap sack for ease of carrying.
Thank you. Yeah, I think I'll bake up some hearty cornbread and serve it with butter. Ooh, that does sound good. Do we dare spend the money and go over to Armadillo Willie's tomorrow for lunch?
I suppose we dare. I was kind of thinking maybe,
we could do Chipotle for tacos. Ooh, Country Inn could be a good choice, too.
Because we have the car tomorrow.
This is true, and I do need to get safety pins. Remind me tomorrow. I need to get safety pins.
Right.
It's a traditional Yasolani dish that's been passed down for generations. Even now, it's fairly popular. Made with our freshly grown vegetables, I feel closer to nature with every bite. Something you wouldn't experience with food produced in Everkeep. Anyway, thanks for humoring me. Here, take this. You don't mind ready-made, do you?
More Trolley tarts. No, I don't mind.
Yeah, they'll stack.
Yeah, and I prefer that to cornbread myself.
Whatever should I cook?
Orca.
I suppose I'd better make the most of the fresh produce I have at my fingertips.
Yeah, Orca. Armadillo Willie's is actually a Bay Area chain, which has kind of been fading lately.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. I say let's call it here. I am starting to feel it now.
Okay.
But we got a good round of side questing done.
We got a nice table here we can kick at.
Exactly. So we can go back to main story whenever we get on tomorrow. Which may or may not be before Baron's stream.
Yeah, the problem with Armadillo Willie's is it's very heavy beef based. It's barbecue. What do you want? And of course, the meat prices have been skyrocketing. So
yeah.
And
admittedly, for me, it's fine. It's good. I like it, but it is Texas barbecue. My dad is more from the Kentucky, Illinois area, so I kind of grew up with a bit more appreciation for Kentucky/Tennessee barbecue. And you never get that here, and it's annoying.
Sorry about that. I will say, though, that it's actually good Texas barbecue when you have people from Texas saying that it's good barbecue. So...
Yes. Yeah, they do a good job.
I remember bringing Ellen one year. She used to mock. I was like, Armadillo Willie's? Seriously? You call your barbecue spot Armadillo Willie's? And I'm like, yep. And then she sat down and had the barbecue and was like, damn it, this is good. How come you guys have good Texas barbecue with a stupid name?
She keeps going through this. She should learn that anytime the names out here are stupid, it's a good place.
Yeah, like Donut Wheel.
Yes. She mocked that name for years.
And then I took her to Donut Wheel, and she's like, oh my god, these are the best donuts I've ever had. And I'm like, yes, really there's a reason why they stay in business and be 24 hours in the middle of suburbia. Well, it doesn't help. Or it doesn't hurt that they're literally sitting on the backside of the original Apple campus. So, anyway, we will call it a night here. Thank you all very much for coming along. We will be back probably tomorrow night, starting at 9:30.
Well, certainly tomorrow night. Maybe tomorrow afternoon if we're lucky and someone is very good.
Yeah, we will see how that happens.
Keep an eye on them.
Probably not gonna happen. I've been really sleeping. Yeah, Rift is out of here. He doesn't want to deal with any of this.
Well, there goes the nanny.
With that said, you all have a great evening. Good night. Be safe, be well, and we will see you tomorrow at 9:30 Pacific for more of this, because we're behind and we need to get caught up.
Yes, everyone have a great night. Hope to see you here tomorrow. I kind of hope to see you here a bit earlier tomorrow, but 9:30 if nothing else.
Indeed. Good night.